Hello, McFatter Technical High School students and parents. It is Thursday, February 11th, and we are here with this week's video update. I am Jeanette Johnson, your Technical College Director and Technical High School Principal, and with me, as always, our Assistant Director in charge of the high school, Mr. Daryl Harris.
Hello there, everyone.
And our Magnet Coordinator, Miss Lily DeCastro.
Good, hello.
Hello, I hope you two are doing well.
Yes.
So we're going to dive into a couple of announcements and heads up that we want to give to our families this week. Let's start with an update on interims. And for that, I'm going to ask Ms. DeCastro to speak to that.
So if you are looking at an old published calendar, you will see that interims were supposed to be out already, but with some change in dates, and the district has moved the date to February 18th. Those interims will be found on Virtual Counselor, on the student's Virtual Counselor file. It's on a part of the pull down menu. They should be able to track it at this point. So February 8th will be interim reports.
February 18th.
I'm sorry, 18th. Did I say that the first time?
You did.
Oh my goodness, I lost a one. So the 18th will be the new date for interim reports. Virtual Counselor.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And February 18th is also an early release day. And we will have something going on in all of our classes that day that relates to a new state initiative that's in place this year on Thursday, the 18th. And so for that, I wanted to ask Mr. Harris to talk about this state required curriculum that we'll be addressing with all of our students that day.
Thanks, Ms. Johnson. She mentioned that early release on that Thursday, the 18th. So that means students will finish school at 2:15 p.m. So just remember 9:15 a.m. to 2:15 p.m. early release date. And what the state mandated, and it's actually a good thing, it's a mental health awareness training. And it's a 5-hour training that all the students throughout the state of Florida are doing this training. Some schools have selected different dates, but we've selected this particular date on the 18th to do our 5 hours of mental health training. So the students will continue to do this here through every period of the particular day. So it's a 5-hour day, so they'll have the entire day to technically work on this here during their classes. And there will be a focus on 3 specific areas: mental health, substance abuse, and also child trafficking. So these are 3 areas that I'm sure they're important to parents as well as to us as school employees, and also our students, that we want to keep them safe. Also provide resources for them in these particular areas. So this training will take place on that date. And we've also, even during the course of the training, we've set up a link for all of our students, to be able to, if they have some concerns or questions, even during their training, they can reach out to our counselors. We'll be on standby or on duty actually to make sure they can support the students at any particular time during the course of the day. So very important training that's taking place on next Thursday.
So the students will still go to each of their classes as usual that day. It's just that the content of the class that day will be based on this state mandated curriculum, correct?
That is correct. Yes, and so they'll get started. I'm sorry, and they'll get started. Technically, their first period teacher, the teacher they see for the first period of the day, will get them set up, get them started, and they'll just continue through each period of the day as they continue into their next class.
Okay, and I know we mentioned that it's a state mandated curriculum. It's one kind of curriculum for secondary students, and it's a different curriculum for elementary students. If we have any parents who have, they'd like more information on what the curriculum involves, who can they reach out to for information?
Okay, so our school social worker has actually already attended the training, so she helped coordinate all the modules for our students. So that's Karrah, Karrah.Fort, F-O-R-T, at BrowardSchools.com. She's our school social worker, and she's always here in addition to this training to support our students in case they have any issues or concerns dealing with social and emotional support that they may need.
Great, thank you. And Ms. DeCastro, it looked like you were about to say something.
I was, and all of the curriculum is online. So if a student needs a little more time to do one part, they just can flow on to the next part. It's not that there's a lot of pressure to finish it, but it takes an average of 5 hours to complete it. So
thank you so much. Okay, also speaking about next week, another thing going on is the AP versus honors selection. In many of our courses, not all of them, but many of our courses, the students have an opportunity to choose to pursue either honors level or AP level coursework within that course. And that's a process that we don't ask the students to make until they're a couple of weeks or so into the course, so that they can kind of get a clear understanding of what the expectations are and the teachers can get to know them and their work. But we are now at that point, and so for that I want Ms. DeCastro to explain what's happening related to that this coming week.
Thank you. So all of our students who have an AP course at this time will be speaking with their teachers. Every teacher has a slightly different process. So they will be speaking with their teachers about their status, whether they will remain in the AP level of the course or contract down to honors. So the teachers by the 18th should speak with them. The 19th is the deadline to notify us of any changes in the office, so that their schedule would change from the AP level course to the honors level course. So next week they want to be on the lookout for information from teachers, talk to their students, because in some cases the students are asked what level do they feel is better for them, and in other cases the teachers provide strong suggestions one way or the other. So especially now, it's not as concrete a process. So by the 19th, definitely we will know who's going to be an AP or honors, and they would want to speak with the classroom teacher of that level, that course in particular.
That was going to be my question. So a parent who wanted to have a conversation around this process or how it might relate to their specific child would reach out to the individual classroom teachers.
Correct. And if they don't know the teacher's email address, they can reach out to their counselor to get the email address for the teacher. So,
and then I just wanted to mention that we know that people's situations are different. Some years, some semesters, there might be no AP courses in a particular schedule. Other terms, there might be 2 or 3. And so you might have students needing to choose where they want to go in terms of rigor. Obviously, we don't want anyone pursuing a path that they feel is far too beyond their abilities. But I will say this, when in doubt, if you're there kind of unsure, we usually encourage students to try for the AP level, even if it's a little bit of a stretch for them. Most research shows that students who take AP courses, even if they don't pass the AP test at the end, tend to do better in college than students who've taken no AP courses at all. So we do want students, we don't want you to go in. That doesn't mean take every AP course possible. You have to choose what's right for you, but we don't want you to be afraid of pushing yourself a little bit more than you might otherwise think you can.
Yes, and actually, you know, outside of the course number changing, they are in the same classroom either way. So it's not that they're going to change into a completely different room. The teacher starts splitting the curriculum in some way to address both levels at that point. So,
okay. We also wanted to give an update on the magnet application timeline. I know the deadline has passed for the regular applications, but we wanted to update since we have family members who have younger children who may have applied or friends of the family who applied. So again, for that, I'll ask Ms. DeCastro to update regarding that timeline.
Thank you. And that's where that 8th came from in my brain. So the magnet windows closed on February 8th, this past Monday. Any student who has applied and meets criteria will be in consideration. We do have more applications than we do have seats, so there will be a random selection. And on March 11th will be when the phase 1 notifications begin. So students will receive either they were accepted, they were denied if they didn't meet criteria, or they're on the wait list. It's more of a pool than a list. So students who do not claim their seats at some point in April, they will do another random selection. They haven't published that date. I'm looking to the side because that's where I have all of the information on that. So normally we have 4 or 5 dips into the pool to fill up our school. And so March 11th will be the first day. They go to browardschools.com/school choice to check their application status at that point. And I direct email everyone who is offered a seat, and then I will talk them through the process. It is all virtual this year. There will not be face-to-face registrations. based on the current plan, unless something changes in the next 30 days. And so right now it will be a virtual process. There is a tight turnaround to claim your seat though. Students must be registered within a week of their acceptance, or the seat gets taken and then someone else is given an opportunity. So.
And I wanted to make it clear, no one at the school manages the random selection. We have no say in that. It is done at the district level, and we are simply then given the names. So we wanted to be sure people knew that. And the other thing is, there is one group of qualified applicants that gets in without having to go through the random selection. And I wanted you to speak to that so people would be aware if that applies to them.
If you have a child who goes to McFatter today or this year, and they will be at McFatter next year, graduates don't count. There's no legacy rule, unfortunately. So current students who will be returning for the next school year, if they have a sibling who has applied and meets criteria, you have priority. So if that does not happen, I actually have to go through all of the applications and verify that the students have a sibling returning to the school. If something goes wrong and they don't get the spot, email me at that point and I will put in a petition and confirm. I have to provide documentation, but I will help you. But I can't help if they're graduates. They're, you know, literally they pull the record to make sure. So, and they verify parents. They are serious about this. So, okay.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
The 14th, Valentine's Day, which is Sunday this year, is a happy day for many as they celebrate love. But of course, it is a day of sadness and reflection throughout certainly our community ever since what happened 3 years ago with the shootings at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, which of course happened on February 14th, 3 years ago this year. So we wanted to take a moment in this week's video, first of all, to just pause and acknowledge the loss and the pain that both those who were victims and those who were survivors have gone through. Our hearts go out to them. We also wanted to mention the commemoration activities. District-wide, there are commemoration activities that are being done, and at McFatter is no different. It's different this year because so many of our students, the overwhelming majority of our students, are virtual. But we do have some commemoration activities that have gone on or will be going on into the weekend. And so for that, I wanted to invite Mr. Harris to speak to that.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson. So our music club is actually, they're recording Valentine's songs commemorating that day, February 14th, in honor of those students and families and everyone, like Ms. Johnson mentioned, that were impacted by the events at Marjory Stoneman Douglas. So those songs will be posted on our school website. And then there'll be a link, a YouTube link, to upload those and watch those songs that our music club recorded. So most likely they'll be posted tomorrow, and we'll leave those up probably for at least another week or longer, so you can still view those, because it, you know, falls on the 14th, which is a Sunday. So hopefully our creative, amazing students are recording those videos. They're sending those in now, so those will all be uploaded to our school website. Also, the class of 2022, during this week, they've been doing random acts of kindness in honor of those students as well. So those photos will be posted on the school's website as well, and we'll leave those up for a while so you can see those, you know, because things happened on this weekend, just to make sure that we commemorate those students. So there'll be other activities, but these are two of the main activities that our students are doing, and you'll have access to see the photos and view the videos, the music, the nice songs that our students have created, recognizing those from Marjory Stoneman Douglas, and that's on the 14th, and all next week you'll see that.
Thank you. And then the final thing is just to make sure that everybody knows that Monday is no school. It is no school for everybody, so everyone take the day off. It is in recognition, of course, of President's Day, which is a national holiday. So we hope our students take advantage of the 3-day weekend to rest, relax, spend some time in reflection on the 14th, and be good and kind to your loved ones. Did we have anything else we wanted to share this week?
That was a lot.
It was a lot. More than we thought we had when we were going. So I will say farewell to our families for the week. We will be back here with the next video update next week. And I will say goodbye to the two of you, although I will probably see you in about an hour as we're out doing lunch duty. So
Absolutely.
everyone have a good weekend and a good week.
Valentine's Day too.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.